I've been working as a full-time software engineer for about a year now. So in this video, I want to share 5 things I have learned over the past 1 year as a software engineer. So if you haven't seen this video on how I got my first software engineering job, I will summarize it real quick. So last year in 2021, I graduated my bachelor's in mechanical engineering with a major in IT and automation technology. So my bachelor's was 4 years, in which the first 3 years were fundamentals of mechanical engineering, and the 4th year you get to specialize in something, and I chose IT and automation technology. I decided to pursue my career in my specialization because soon after my 4th year started, I was really into the subjects that were taught, and I immediately knew this was my thing. So during my final year, in my final semester, I got an internship as a junior developer with IBM, and later once I finished my university, IBM extended their offer to a full-time job. It's crazy to think that it's been already a year since I started working as a full-time. I thought what I have learned over the past 1 year as a software engineer would be something valuable to you if you're someone who's trying to get into tech or software engineering in general. So the first thing I learned on the job is learn how to learn quick. So you need to be a quick learner to be working in the tech industry. So it seems like in software development, there's every day something new out there. There's a new framework, there's a new language, there's a new database. So you feel like you're falling behind or you need to learn everything. So imposter syndrome is something that can easily creep up in software engineering, especially when you compare yourself to your colleagues or someone senior to you. It might seem like they know everything, but reality is far from it. Everyone is learning everything on the fly. They're just looking up things, they're learning things when it's needed. So the single fundamental skill that you need to develop is learn quick. So that means if you need to learn a new skill or a new concept, try to read blog posts, articles, watch YouTube videos, take notes, and make sure you learn it as quick as possible so that you're ready to work on it. And these days, if you look at most of the job requirements, you would see one of the requirements is you're a quick learner or the ability to learn quick. That means if the company is somewhere between a mid-size to a corporate, they're most likely willing to upskill you. So you just have to show them the drive or passion to learn. So when I first got the full-time offer extended from IBM, I didn't know anything in Salesforce or cloud, but they basically hired me on the basis of me having some web development experience, and they asked me to upskill myself. So that brings me to my second point: ask questions. It's okay to be the dumbest person in the room sometimes because curiosity matters. So over the last 1 year, I worked on 2 different projects, and the feedback I received from both the projects was that I'm not shy to ask questions. So it's a good thing. So ask all your questions and doubts to your vendors, colleagues, or seniors. But that doesn't mean that you have to ask each and every little thing. Try Googling it yourself, debug it, then go to your mentor or colleague or whoever it is, showing them what you have done so far and ask them for help. So my third point goes with what I said earlier: learn how to Google. It almost sounds dumb to say that, but if you're watching this, you probably know as software engineers, Google and Stack Overflow are your best friends. So the skill that you need to learn, or the skill that develops over time, is how to Google the right keywords or how to narrow down your search results to what you're trying to find. So the sooner you learn the skill, the more time and energy that you're gonna save during your work. Fourth point is learn one thing. So at the beginning, you have this strong urge to learn everything out there. You want to learn Python, C#, TypeScript, and all the flashy frameworks out there. But what I have learned over the past 1 year is to stick to one thing and learn it very well. Learn how to implement new features, new solutions using that one language or one framework you're learning or you're working with. Because at the end of the day, what you can really transfer is the critical thinking and the problem solving skills. And you can easily pick up a new language or framework once you have these skills. Of course, the syntax is going to change depending on the language or framework, but that can easily be looked up, or you can just read the documentation to look it up. But what you need to really master is the critical thinking and problem solving skills. So that brings me to my final and last point: be open to learning new things. So this somehow contradicts to the previous point we just spoke about. But what I mean by this is be open to learning new things, especially in software engineering. Don't be one of of these people, okay, I will only learn React because it's the most trendy and flashy thing out there. At least that's how I thought in the beginning. In the beginning, I really wanted to work with one of these popular or trendy frameworks, or at least the one that had the most market value. But when I got the opportunity to learn Salesforce, the entire tech stack in Salesforce, including the front end and back end, had entirely new things that I never heard about. Like back end, we have a Java-like language called Apex. In the front end, it's LWC, something similar to React. So I was kind of hesitant to even take the job as a Salesforce developer because it's not something that I have heard about, or it's not something that I knew about. So when I had similar doubts, I actually went to Twitter to tweet about it, and I got a really nice reply from one of the fellow developers on Twitter, where he says, especially in the beginning of your career, it is fair enough to try different directions and paths. At some point, of course, you want to focus on one thing. At least in the beginning, if you don't vastly try a few different things, you might miss out on some great opportunities. So that's exactly what happened with me with my Salesforce role as well. So in the beginning, when I got the offer, I was kind of hesitant, but when I actually started learning, I was introduced to this new whole world of cloud and whole new world of technology and tech stack. So in the beginning, be open to learning new things. Don't stick up to one flashy framework or language. So this is what I have learned over the past 1 year. So that being said, if you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe. Talk to me on Instagram, Twitter, and I'll talk to you next week. Cheers.